Hello, everyone. Welcome and joining. Thank you for joining me this tonight. I know some of you you're on your way home and some have been home for a while. And some are still working. So I appreciate you joining me tonight to hear about District 101 in Western Springs, what we are doing with SEL this year. So there's my contact information on the slide. Carolyn, do you want me to share my presentation with everyone?
Sure, if that's up to you. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah, because, well, I have templates and stuff in here that they can link to and make a copy of if they want.
Perfect.
So I just have to find my other desktop now. I'll do it at the end.
Okay, sounds great.
So Western Springs, we are outside of Chicago, a western suburb, and this year we I'll just give you some background information. We have a district leadership team made up of teachers, instructional coaches, administration, and they kind of decide the focus of the district over the course of several years and do a map of everything. And every 2 years, a curricular area is on cycle where they look at targets and lessons and kind of tweak things and move things around. And this year, it was decided from our DLT that social emotional learning would be our curricular focus. So a committee was formed of classroom teachers, instructional coaches, and our social workers and resource teachers are also a piece of it. And so they are in the working stages of creating lessons for integrating SEL into the daily lessons. So tonight I'm going to show you what the tech staff me, has been working on with our social worker in my building, um, so that we can start trying some activities, trying some lessons. And Wixie is my favorite tool, so it's my go-to. So first, the committee, the state of Illinois, joined in and adopted the CASTLE goals for social emotional learning, and I just put those up there in case you're not familiar with them. And then I added our ISTE standards of digital citizenship, knowledge constructor, and creative communicator, which all ties into what District 101 would like their children to do is become student owners. We want our students to become owners of their learning. And through that, we have created this little puzzle piece of what that looks like, with children becoming resilient, perseverant, reflective, empathetic, collaborative, innovative, effective communicator, and critical thinker and problem solving. And so from there, and all of this ties in nicely to become a student, getting our students to have ownership of their learning. But man, the last couple of years have been tough, and I'm sure it's been tough for all of you in your school district as well, with the social emotional piece. And, our second graders, they don't remember a time where they didn't have to wear a mask to school, because the shutdowns ended or began March of their kindergarten year. So they don't really remember what kindergarten was like without a mask. And they've had to learn how to be friends again, because a lot of times they were playing, but not, in a healthy way. So the district took a look at the progression that the state of Illinois has come up with the SEL progression, and it's broken down by K through 2, 3 through 5, 6 through 8. So this is going to be a district-wide process. And then from these little targets within the goal, the state said, what does this look like for exploring, developing, and building? And from that came the District 101 progression. Can everybody see that document? Okay. This progression goes on to say that what it looks like in kindergarten, what it looks like in third grade, and it just builds from year to year or grade level to grade level. And then the little arrows happen to be lessons for each of what this looks like. So our teachers are really working hard to create a curriculum for SEL. And you have access to that if you would like to use that. So what is some of the any questions so far? Okay, I seem to have lost you. Are you there?
Yes, we are
Okay.
here.
All right. Because I can't see you. So I'm like, ah.
I know, it's so daunting too. If you want, I
Yeah.
can keep my camera on, and so you can at least see one person.
Well, I've lost my Google Meet screen, so it's
Oh,
okay.
okay. I'm gonna keep my camera on.
Okay, thanks. First, I also teach our early childhood kids, and they are our special needs students who have many different disabilities tied into their self, and a lot of them have a hard time with their emotions. Many of them are autistic, and so we created together with the ECE teacher a recognizing emotions, and the kids drag a line or they draw a line to show that they can identify what this little boy is feeling, and then they also speak it out loud because speech is difficult for them as well. And so this has a variety of, oops, forgot to lock that. This has a variety of different emotions that they go through. So, Carolyn, having those emotions now
What?
in there will be huge. So I can start recreating some of these things.
That's awesome.
So that's an ECE one. And then I know it's not Wixie, but we also have Bbots, and they use the Bbots to look at emotions on the Bbot mat, and then they program the Bbot to go to different emotions. So we'll say like, you did well on your drawing, and then they go to the emotion that they're feeling with their Bbot. So kind of a little fun there. So one of the things the social worker and I talked about was the use of books with SEL and how valuable stories are for learning different emotions that kids are going through and their feelings and how to deal with them and how to handle them. And so the first book we took a look at is The Color Monster. And the kindergarten teacher read the book to the students. And then they did two activities for me. One is, I don't think I included it on here, but one was just the monsters, which are located down here, just the monsters, and then the words sad, happy, love, scared, worried, calm. And so they had to just identify the monster by clicking and dragging the word. And then they did a calming jar. This is a student example. Oh, there's my happy and sad thing. So that goes, they did that. And then the calming jar, I gave them examples of ways to calm down, and they could choose as many as they wanted to put in their jar. And one little boy said to me, he goes, well, I like to take a nap when I'm upset. And so I said, go ahead, type it in, which he did. So that's, you know, a little activity for them. This one up here at the top left is I feel, and the monster here is um he's worried. So they would type or record worried. And if it's for kindergarten, I would put all the words down here and they could just drag it up. And then when. So when do kids feel worried? And they can click the microphone or they can click video and record depending on their age, or they can type it in for their feelings. Next is I feel angry. This is more for the older kids. When and I can do what to make myself feel better. And Wixie loved it so much that they made their own little template, which I just added, which is why you can't get to it. And they made it look so much better than mine. But these are the new little monsters that are in Wixie. You can put your own faces on them. So, and so I really like this now that the little monsters are on there. And this is another feelings book here. It's also a link. See, I added these right away and forgot to do what I needed to do to get them there.
Oh, you're so cute. Yeah, so if you just search SEL and Wixie, all of these
Yeah,
will pop up. But yeah,
yes.
we had fun.
Yeah, they did have fun. And so they took the same idea with the jar and how they feel, and they can type their text and made it so much cuter than what I had. So thank you.
Nope, just different. Just different. Not cuter.
So we are in the process of trying each one of the templates with the kids and testing it out and getting the kids' feedback to improve it, which I think is a huge um, thing for us, is because we're getting the kids' feedback and how they really felt about the activity and how they would like to see it improved. And they're pretty honest with us, so that helps. Another book that any questions about the color monster?
Sorry, David was asking about what you searched, and it's not. I thought it was monster, and then I thought it
No,
was
I
ocean.
don't think it is.
No,
I've got the template in here
still not seeing them
somewhere.
either. I know, me either.
Yeah, I think I've linked it in here somewhere under resources maybe. But if not, I'll find it.
If you go to characters, I think we put them in cartoon. Hold on a second. Cartoon and monsters. So yeah, and you have to, yeah, they're not, those you'd have to take from the template because we actually designed them using parts and pieces from the cartoon area that you can grab the template. So if you just search for SEL, you'll be able to find the template with those specific monsters in them.
Yeah. And I think I've included a link somewhere for them, but I'm not sure. Another book we used is We're All Wonders, and it is the primary version of Wonder, the book Wonder. It has a lot of the same ideas to it. And so after reading the book, the kids will explain why they are a wonder. And I've linked the template that this is in here so that you can have access to that as well. And the kids figure out what makes them special and why they are a wonder. Our next book fits me so appropriately because that's the what ifs. And I'm one of these people who always have the negative thoughts going through my head, like, what if I can't remember what I wanted to say? Or what if I fall flat on my face? Or what if nothing works correctly? And so this book is all about changing the what ifs, the negative what ifs, into positive what ifs. And so this template here is positive and negative talk. And so I remind them what that is. And then each slide, and you could do one of these at a time. You could do it however it is. However you want to do it. I just put them all in one so I can find them. But what if I'm nervous about getting a haircut? What are the good things that could come from the haircut? What are the bad things? And it gives kids the opportunity to think of all the things, all of their emotions that are going on with them. I'm worried about a math test. My teacher's absent. We get kids very anxious about when their teacher is absent. I see all my friends talking at recess, but I'm not there. So, how does that make me feel? So, it's just different scenarios that children might be going through. And what are the good things that can happen, and what are the bad things that could happen from there? Next is another one, similar idea, and a little cuter because it has the scenario what the scenario is, and then the child is saying the negative, and so the students will then write the positive self-talk. And so what if there's a new kid in class and he doesn't like me? What if I make a mistake and ruin my painting? um Video, what if my friends make fun of it? So a little different. We gave them the scenario and the negative talk, and then we wanted to see what they could come up with their positive self-talk.
Those are
Question?
great, Beth. I love that. I'm gonna have to read that book, The What Ifs.
It's really a good book. It
I haven't
really
heard of
is.
that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. And then the last book that I'm going to focus on is I Am Enough, and it talks about that what I am enough. I'm enough of a person. What I do is enough. And so I came up with this lucky four-leaf clover that's I am me, I am lucky, and it just four things that I am. And then I also linked in the template. I believe Wixie made this one into a template.
Because
Am I
we love
right?
all your ideas, so then we take them and so
Yeah.
yes, that is in the I believe that's in the March
Yes, I think it
folder
is.
now because it's a super cute one for St. Patty's Day as well.
Yeah. And then this one is a Wixie template. It's the mirror, and it's just what I am good at. So I thought that fit with the I am enough. And then the poem, the acrostic poem. This little boy Andy couldn't think of anything for in because he didn't want nice. He's a nice kid, but he wanted to show that he was a tennis player.
Love it.
So he put net and then the tennis icon next to it.
Love it.
So went through there. So I was good with that. Didn't
Totally.
bother me. Um, the next one is also along those same lines as I Am Enough. And for February, I thought they could love their selfie, and they'd take a picture and the selfie goes inside the heart. And then in the blue box, they give adjectives that describe them. In the green box, they say two or three things they're good about, and then what they like to do. Wixie made this one into a template as well. Again, did not lock
Yep.
that,
It's
so
in
it's not
February.
gonna go anywhere. And it is in the February one, and they've changed around a little bit, which I like. It's much cuter than what I had. So it's in there for you to use. Um, Questions so far? All right.
We're loving it. We're loving it. I'm just going to speak for everybody because these
Thank you.
ideas are amazing. So much so that we're like, we can't keep up to like try to recreate all of your stuff, Beth. It's giving us anxiety.
Yeah, just feel free to take it and use it. The first grade does a growth mindset activity where the kids actually make the slime, and how the slime is your brain and you can shape it and form it in any way you want. And they talk about how we need to make our minds into thinking of a positive mindset and a growth mindset rather than I can't do this. So, with the teacher's permissions, I have actually linked their plans in here. So, you are welcome to again, you're welcome to take a look at these. And it has everything that they are doing with the kids in here. This year we used Play-Doh because the group made the slime in the past, and so we had all the kids around, but with COVID and 3 feet apart, we just gave them Play-Doh instead. This is a short video about growth mindset, and then this one is a Wixie activity where they're given a scenario and they have to decide if it's a growth mindset, they drag the green check. If it's a negative or if it's not a growth mindset, then they drag the red X. So if it's a closed mindset, drag the red, growth, drag the green for each one of the scenarios. And again, I gave credit to where I took the pictures from. And then the last one is the kids need to draw themselves showing a closed mindset and then explain how they could have a growth mindset in that situation. So we're going to try that out shortly because they're getting to the end of their plans with that one. Next, we do a lot of goal setting. And one of the goal settings that I created was a cloud. One of the schools had a theme last year that I can't yet. And I took that theme and created this little cloud. So they write in the cloud what their goal is. And then we type what date it is and then when they accomplished it. And I've included that template as well. And it is a Wixie one. I think this is the Wixie template that I've included on here. And the one I worked on today was practicing empathy. And I think this one's, the kids do it. I think we see it, but they're not sure how to handle some situations. And so I just took screenshots that this little boy wanted to play soccer. So the kind of like doing a comic strip almost. And it's, "Hi, Bobby, what's wrong?" And then the little boy is like, "No one picked me to play soccer. My friends don't like me anymore. I feel left out." And then the last one is, "How would you, um, man, I can't even read it. How would you show empathy to Bobby?" So then the kids would write out, or video or whatever they wanted to
Love
do,
that.
how they would go and what would they say to Bobby to make Bobby feel better and show that they care.
That's
And
great.
so I included that one as well. Then you can find these if you search social emotional. They're in there. Some are month by month, teacher, and I've given you all the templates for me that you can use. And then some that Wixie had already that I've used in the past is the kid does the drawing. What do they see, hear? How do they think? How do they feel? And I thought we could do this with characters in a book as well so that they could pull in that character and how do they really tie in with that character? How do they feel? Do they have an understanding of how that character is in the book? And then filling the bucket, we do that a lot. Kindergarten actually does fill their bucket, and so they can set a goal for how to fill the bucket for the week or different things. And then this is actually out of Wixie. So this is also a goal setting, all the templates that Wixie has for goal setting. And then on the last page, I have included the zones of regulation and the book nook. That's where we got our list of books for to go with our SEL curriculum. So that's where some of these books came from. And I thought I would share that book in case you were interested in doing some SEL in your building.
Wow, what a list. It's
There
so
is. There's a
grown.
list. This is a website, the zones of regulation, which I also linked on here because they found so much and they're a talk about how to get to a regulation and your feelings and all. So that's on there. So feel free to use that as well.
It's great.
And that's all I've gotten done so far.
Jeez. Wow, Beth. Very, very impressive. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just stop the recording on this.
Okay.
And hold on.